The first photo I posted of the deck wasn't dramatic or curated. It was early morning fog pooling in the valley like silver water, pine trees standing still against a pale blue sky, and the string lights along the railings still faintly glowing from the night before. It looked peaceful, it felt earned. My caption was simple. Bought myself a quiet place, 5 words, no hashtags. It wasn't. 10 minutes after I posted it, my phone started vibrating in rapid bursts. The Story Art Family Updates group chat, usually a graveyard of forwarded articles and blurry garden photos, was suddenly alive. My mother had screenshotted my post and dropped it into the chat with an enthusiastic message. How wonderful! Perfect timing. Julian and Belle can move in by Friday. No acknowledgement that I had done something significant. Just logistics. Then came the follow-up. They'll bring the crib. We'll do Christmas there. It's settled. Julian sent a thumbs-up emoji. I stared at my phone for a long time, feeling my coffee go cold in my hands. I wasn't shocked. I wasn't even angry yet. I was recognizing something, a pattern. My name is Faith Stewart, and in my daily life I am a brand strategist at Redwood Meridian in Harborview. I build narratives for other people. I take scattered pieces and shape them into something cohesive and persuasive. What took me far longer to understand was that my own life had always been positioned, and I hadn't been the one doing the framing. I grew up in Maple Bridge, Connecticut, in a 3-story colonial with white shutters and a lawn so precise it looked vacuumed instead of mowed. It was the kind of house magazines photographed in autumn, framed by golden leaves and warm porch lights. From the outside, we were symmetrical, balanced, perfect, but symmetry can be another word for control. In our family, my parents were gravity. My older brother Julian was the sun. Everything orbited him. His lacrosse trophies climbed the staircase in ascending order. His Model UN plaques were polished every year before guests came over. His varsity letters were framed at eye level in the hallway. My debate ribbons and honor roll certificates lived in a banker's box under the basement stairs beside unused holiday decorations. Especially at Christmas. Every December there was a reason I wasn't included. We thought you had plans. It was last minute. You're so independent, honey. The message was always the same. We didn't think of you. I remember being 10 years old, sitting at the kitchen island while my mother poured pancake batter into a massive, perfect letter J for Julian's game day breakfast. She hovered over the stove like an artist refining a masterpiece. I waited. The clock ticked loudly in the background. As we got older, the erasing became strategic. When I won a regional writing prize at 16, I came home holding the certificate like proof of existence. That's nice, dear, my mother said without looking up from sorting mail. Then she asked me to proofread Julian's college essay because I was so good with words. My accomplishment wasn't celebrated. It was converted into something useful for him. I canceled my trip and spent Christmas alone in a dorm room that smelled like stale carpet and microwave ramen. In January, I visited my grandmother, Nana Ruth, and saw the family Christmas card on her refrigerator. My parents and Julian smiling in front of our fireplace in Maple Bridge. Dated December 24th. They hadn't gone anywhere. They had simply chosen not to include me. Something locked inside me that day. Not loudly, quietly, I stopped waiting for invitations. I built a life that didn't require permission. It felt like a door opening. That night, unable to sleep, I searched for mountain properties in High Timber, a town I had once driven through alone. I found the A-frame perched on Kestrel Ridge, black and angular against snow and pine, its massive deck hanging over a valley so deep it seemed to swallow sound. I purchased the house through an LLC I formed called High and Pine. The deed was not in my personal name. The utilities were under the company. My mail went to a private PO box. It wasn't paranoia, it was protection. The first night in the house, I slept on an air mattress in the middle of the great room. The fireplace flickered against the towering glass wall. It was cold. It was silent. It was mine. Over the next few weeks, I sanded cabinets, replaced outdated fixtures, reinforced door frames. When my mother declared Christmas at my house non-negotiable, I responded with 3 words. No, I've made plans. My father called immediately. You bought a 3-bedroom house. Be useful. Be useful. The phrase echoed like it had my entire life. I told him clearly that no one was moving in. I asked them not to come uninvited. They came anyway. On December 23rd at 7:42 p.m., my driveway camera alerted me. Two SUVs crunched up the gravel. They unloaded suitcases, a crib, and a locksmith. My mother smiled sweetly into the doorbell camera and said they had brought a smoked ham. Within minutes, red and blue lights washed across the snow. The deputy checked IDs and informed them they were barred from the property owned by High & Pine LLC. They left? My mother posted about a Christmas miracle on Facebook, implying Julian had secured a mountain home. My father attempted to register a vehicle to my address. Then came the forgery. A tenancy agreement filed at the county clerk, signed Faith Miss Stewart. I do not have a middle initial. My attorney moved swiftly, filing cease and desist letters and fraud alerts. But the true turning point came at 2:11 a.m., when my trail camera alerted me to movement at the mailbox cluster. I watched in infrared as my father forced envelopes into my locked P.O. box slot, household member affidavits. I documented everything: the video, the timestamps, the forged signatures. On New Year's Eve, they returned with a hired mediator claiming my silence constituted consent. And inside my entryway stood a deputy I had pre-arranged for a welfare standby. The deputy stepped forward and formally served them. Julian sneered that I was alone. I wasn't. Belle, visibly shaken, refused to continue and stated she would not raise her child in a house taken by force. They left. Again, I closed my door and slid the deadbolt into place. Then I turned back to my living room, warm with firelight and laughter. Snow fell softly beyond the glass wall. For the first time in my life, the holidays belonged to me. Not because I had fought harder, not because I had proven anything.